Good morning, y'all. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who runs a podcast here in town yesterday about sharing the stuff that we've learned in recovery with our community in hopes of helping people to learn and grow. Because, well, at least from my perspective, I've spent so much time and energy, money, and work to that end that I've become something of an expert on the subject. And one of the things that came up in that conversation that I thought was really interesting was that, well, the person I was talking to is really careful about gently drawing people towards growth, I guess you might call it. He called it the light. In a way that is like non-threatening and very almost, let's just say, avoiding subjects that might trigger people, like the word Jesus, for example. If I come into a recovery conversation with many folks from NA and AA, and I tell them specifically that the deep, the real, the thorough, like complete transformation, that is still underway, but that really turned a corner in my life was when Jesus entered the picture. That might blow people out of the water and freak them out and like cause them to run away and not even come near recovery as a result. And then there was another conversation. It was something I learned a long time ago in NLP, where it said something like, it's the degree that a person can take responsibility for their experience of life, that they're self-actualized. And not that self-actualization is the goal, but the point being is people, if people can't take responsibility for their experience of life, then effectively they're going to be the victim of other people's behavior and walking through life thinking that they have no control or no power to change anything. And I was discussing these things, and he was bringing it to my attention that would cause people to have to take responsibility for their part in things, and that people might not be ready for that, and it might be too much and blow them out of the water. And I kind of realized in that conversation between those 2 points that that I'm kind of navigating the world in this little bubble of where there's like not that many people compared to the masses that are willing to have conversations around taking full responsibility, stepping out of victimhood, taking full responsibility for our experience of life, so that we can have the power to do something about it, and talk about the fact that it's Jesus Christ that turned a corner for me in the fundamental depth of my transformational journey. There were many things that led up to that moment, but it was fundamentally Jesus Christ and the power of the Holy Spirit that turned that corner for me. And so now I'm sitting here going like, well, can I even say that? Can I say that directly? Because it's gonna like blow people out so much that it might not be useful to many people. Like I kind of have to like soften it or maybe dumb it down in such a way to not offend people. And I don't even know how to get my head around that, honestly, because it's kind of like saying, well, you can't really handle the truth, so I'm going to soften it for you in such a way to kind of placate to your sensitivities, so that you don't run away in terror from facing like the actual truth about what it takes to transform your life. Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how to cope with all that right now. Like I'm not sure what to do with that. I think it explains a lot, though, why I can't have direct conversations with so many people, because the things that I've said here, for example, are just like more than people are capable of bearing for a lot of folks. It's true for many, many folks. So interesting. So I'm not sure how I needed to change my delivery to be able to actually be of use to people. I mean, I know that coming from love is really important. and I am. And for me, when people tell me the truth, even if I don't like hearing it, and even if it hurts, like that to me is loving. It's more loving than softening things and trying to make it feel good to placate people. So I don't know. Call me coarse, I guess. I guess I like my reality like straight, hard, and to the point.